TGIF. We got a Milk Bowl weekend coming up. We got the Fat Bear week nearing its end. Chipotle and Starbucks coming to Berlin. Holy reactions, Batman, on the whole candy post. We'll get into that this morning as well. What's going on with Garth Brooks, the Pledge Allegiance at a school here in Vermont. Wow. Looking at North Main Street this morning. And it's a beautiful day, even though we got some cloud cover right now. Weather from NBC5. We have a perfect weather day today. Mix of sun and clouds, around 70. Tonight, some rain moves in late, around 50. Saturday for qualifying, of course, at Thunder Road. Sunshine in 63, and pretty much the same story on Sunday for the Milk Bowl. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Well, first of all, it's a National Body Language Day today. And I don't know if you've got that that book from Darwin, which explains all about body languages and stuff. Does anyone remember any of that from high school? The expression of emotion in man and animals? Yeah. First Friday in October, that means it is World Smile Day today. Listen, I hope you're off to a grand start. Drew Lamb's going to check in with us in just a little bit, talking about the Central Vermont Cars and Coffee car show coming up this weekend. Birthdays, we got Joe Smith, we got Jen Delworth, Brian Sansibrian, Austin Netto, Liz Hall, Dolores Burke, Leo DePrado, Greg Farnham, Cheryl Coburn, Troy Pretay, Dave Sturge, Carrie Donna, and Pam Rich. Good morning and happy birthday to each of you. That candy post, I was glancing through some of my stuff recently last night and just looking and seeing what people are responding to. And I put up a post a few days ago about candy, and if you had 10 seconds to grab a piece of candy, you got one shot at it, what would it be? What would it be at the checkout counter there, where they always got all the candy bars and everything? And the last I checked, there was something like 80 responses or more, like 85 comments about that. And I just want to say kudos and love to those that chose Caramello. If that was going to be the go-to bar that you had to grab fast,
that would have been my choice as well. But man, a lot of comments on that. Facebook question of the day, and this is going to get interesting. If you could have only one breakfast cereal for the rest of your life, what would it be? For me, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's Golden Grahams. However, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is right there, like a very close second place. Those two are almost neck and neck, but I would probably have to go with the Golden Grahams for this old feller. But hey, the next CDL training is going to be starting on November 10th over at Giroux General Transport. We've been pushing this. They only have a couple of spots left. You got to get your permit before the class. If you have studied the DMV booklet there, they welcome walk-in permit testing on Tuesday mornings. But November 10th is the next CDL class, and it is filling up fast. Get in touch with Tracy Haynes over at Giroux General Transport, 279-3325. Again, Drew Lamb is going to be with us this morning. Live, talking about the Central Vermont Cars and Coffee car show that's coming up this weekend. There is so much stuff that's happening this weekend and every weekend for the rest of this month. It's like this is the last hurrah. Let's get it in before the real cold sets in. So there's tons of activity in Central Vermont, things going on. We'll keep you up to speed on most of it. Check in Vermont and regional headlines this morning from WCAX, PTZ, Digger, and the Times-Argus. Yes, we pay attention to all of them. And I know there's a lot of chat about what's coming up in Berlin, Chipotle and a new Starbucks up there in the area. Berlin Common is really getting a lot of attention on social media and elsewhere in our community. So, yeah, a lot of folks have a lot to say about that. Progress and change is not always easy, but it's always necessary. So we'll see. But we're going to chat with the folks from the mall as well, the Central Vermont Marketplace. So after just about 5 hours of deliberation, the Grand Isle jury is once again hung in this case of Sheriff John Grismore. I don't know if you were surprised by that yesterday or not, but he took the stand to speak in his own defense. And following his testimony, both the prosecution and the defense gave their closing arguments. The fourth and final day of the trial concluded, and the jury now has to decide whether or not Grismore is guilty of assaulting Jeremy Burrows, the detainee who claims that Grismore kicked him while he was in police custody back in the summer of 2022. And I don't know if you've seen the video of it, but was not impressive, the behavior that was used. But anyway, that's in the news. Yes, I'm just checking things here. Checking my sources. We have a bizarre story. Police and firefighters in New Hampshire responded to kind of an unusual call. A moose trapped in a backyard swimming pool. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it's up on Aired Out. And man, I can't imagine being called to a job like that. Yeah, we got a moose. We got a bull moose in the pool. Come on up, bring your zip ties and your ratchet straps, and we'll see if I don't know how they got him out of there. But the video was admittedly a bit amusing. kind of a serious story that was developing yesterday about a Bristol man who caused a car crash in Heinsberg early yesterday morning. Lawrence Seiler from Ableton On Air Live has more. Good morning, buddy.
Yes, good morning, buddy. There was a car crash in Heinsberg, Vermont yesterday involving two people with a head-on collision that sent them to the hospital. And more details. More details. It was a head-on collision that sent them to the hospital. It happened around Silver Street and Lewis Creek Road. Vermont police said that Hunter Gordon, 20 years old, fell asleep at the wheel and veered out of his lane and hit a pickup truck. Gordon and the other driver don't appear to have life-threatening injuries. Police are investigating. The road was closed yesterday between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. yesterday morning. And one last thing before we end, I just want to say that next week, Ableton On Air will have a special show dealing with diabetes. I'm interviewing a lady who is a nurse practitioner. More on that next week. I'm Lawrence Seiler for Ableton On Air Live.
All right. Thanks, buddy. And looking forward to that. Good to know that neither driver showed signs of impairment, according to police on that story out of Heinsberg. And we'll be following up more on that story. But thanks this morning also to the state troopers who were there, along with the Williston Police Department, Heinsberg Fire and Rescue, Charlotte Fire Rescue. It was a crazy morning yesterday for that crash. Let's see. Digger has got the story about a Shaftesbury parent. His name is Michael Gardner. Said that he found out Wednesday that his local school had banned reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know about you, but the Pledge of Allegiance is something that I grew up with, reciting that before every single class in elementary school. I think in middle school, too. But yeah, we had the American flag on display in the corner of our classroom, and every single morning we would stand up and put our right hand on our heart and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. And apparently this school in Shaftesbury is no longer doing that. And this isn't the first time that we've heard stuff like this. And not just here in Vermont, but all across the country. But yesterday, Michael Gardner visited the school, sat down, spoke with the principal, Jeff Johnson. Not really sure, and maybe I missed it in the story, and I'll be paying attention to this one, what the results of that discussion were. But apparently, several parents recited the Pledge of Allegiance outside of the school in protest yesterday, with multiple sheriff's deputies present. Yeah, be watching that one. It's definitely got the attention of many Vermonters. Big milestone this weekend for the Prevent Child Abuse Vermont, and this is an organization that I just love, and I wish they were even bigger than they are, and have supported them for many, many years, going way back to the days when I was in radio. But they're going to be hosting their signature event, their annual Walk for Safe and Happy Childhoods. And it's this weekend. This is their 25th year that they're going to be holding this walk, which raises money and supports child abuse prevention. and outreach. And this year, the walk's going to be on the State House lawn. Registration is free. Begins at 8 on Saturday morning, with the walk starting at 10 a.m. And they're looking to... I'll watch that story, too, and see how much money they pull in this weekend. But would love to have anyone, whether you're a parent or not, be part of that walk on Saturday. Sunday, of course, the big dance, the granddaddy of them all, the 62nd Vermont Milk Bowl, and the winner of the 3-segment Milk Bowl is going to be taking home some change. $12,000. Not counting any of the $15,000 in lap money that's up for grabs, and the other $15,000 in point bonuses. Of course, all of the money, that's all great, but really what it comes down to, the most important thing is that you get to chug some milk from the cup and kiss that cow right on the kisser. That's going to be the big thing. Hey, good morning. Kathleen, Shirley, Michael, Bobby, Bartlett's tuned in this morning. Top of the morning to you. I hope you guys are doing well. Here's a quick shot outside onto North Main Street. We got some cloud cover. Nice cowboy hat across the road there, walking underneath Nelson's. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. See those trash cans right there? Just want to thank our city workers for going around early this morning and emptying the trash cans. And doing that kind of work, which I think can often go under-recognized, and those guys were busting their tails, moving along quickly. Not sitting around, but getting work done. We appreciate them. Weather is, by the way, is going to be great for Saturday's qualifying, and of course Sunday's showcase. Sunday's weather is going to be even better. Everything starts at 12:15 with the Last Chance B feature for the ACT late models. It's going to be amazing. Caden Fisher, look out for him. Man, this kid is coming out of nowhere. What is he, 16? I think he's 16. It's unbelievable. What the talent. Of course, defending Milk Bowl winner Stephen Donahue. He's hungry for number 2. He's going to be showing up in a big, big way. Gabe Brown, watch out for him. Chris Pelkey, Cody Blake, Jason Corliss. I asked you who you would love to see win the Milk Bowl the most, and my God, the names that came out of that. Amazing. Patrick LaPearl, Jimmy Hebert, all going to be racing. Brian Hoare, Raphael Lassard, White Mountain Motorsports Park Track champion Tanner Woodard, who was just aired out a few days ago. He'll be there. Brandon Gray and the Tigers. Oh, hell yeah. Street stocks, watch out for Dean Switzer Jr. Oh, yes, he's going to be, he's fired up, ready to go. Have you seen some of the cars? Marcel Gravel's car. So many. With some of these throwback retro paint jobs and decal jobs are so cool. These cars look amazing. I've seen them all over social media. Every driver has them posted up. Warriors also going to be joining the Sunday Showdown for their 2-segment mini Milk Bowl. It is going to be a fantastic weekend. Let's run down a couple of national headlines here. We're going to check in with Drew Lamb from Central Vermont Cars and Coffee in just a little bit. Tell you about the big car show coming up this weekend. We'll connect in with him in just a few, but the national headlines, the biggest story, and as you heard Chris Autry live yesterday morning on Aired Out, he is headed for the hills of North Carolina Monday morning. And he and I chatted a little bit yesterday off the air about whether or not he's going to be able to continue connecting in with us by phone. And basically the bottom line is if he's got cell coverage where he is, I know there's a lot of temporary cell towers that have been put up around Asheville. If he's able to connect in, he will. And join us live on the air right here with what he's seeing. But the death toll from Hurricane Helene has surpassed 200. That was a big story that broke yesterday across 6 states. So many rescue crews are still searching for survivors in remote areas. We're talking about a huge area, and it's not just the western hills of North Carolina. It's all over the place down there. I mean, that was a massive storm. Deadliest storm to make landfall in the United States mainland since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Yeah, big. 900,000 people remain without power. Tens of thousands without running water. It's a big story, and it's probably the biggest one in our nation. The union representing 45,000 striking dock workers, not just here on the East Coast, but the Gulf Coast as well. I mean, this thing is massive. They apparently reached a tentative deal yesterday to suspend their strike until January 15th to allow for time to negotiate a new contract. The union is resuming work immediately as of, I think, this morning. It may have even started resuming yesterday. I don't know. But the shipping companies and the union workers have all reached a tentative agreement on wages. And again, this is temporary until the 15th, but apparently the ports sweetened their wage offer from about 50% over 6 years to 62%. But the union workers are still going to be trying to push for more. So talks are happening and will until the 15th of January. So in the meantime, we'll have to just continue to watch things. And maybe prices will be affected by this just as an excuse, for lack of a better term, for certain companies, businesses to get the jitters here and start boosting prices in anticipation of a settlement that's not reached by the middle of the month of January. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to prices. I wish we all could get a good grasp on what the forecast is for the price of goods. We'll see what happens. But at least for now, we're told things are not supposed to be changing dramatically. We have millions of people out west that are experiencing a dangerous and historic October heat wave. I don't know if you've seen some of the clips in the news on this, some of the pictures, but we're talking about temperatures that would be considered extreme in the dead of summer out west. 125 places from the West Coast to the Rockies have tied or broken all-time October heat records already. So, yeah. World news. Israel has carried out a series of massive airstrikes overnight in Beirut. What else is new? We hear this every single day. And if you're like me, you've probably lost track of was last night the deadliest fight, or was it the night before? I mean, it seems like it's topping itself frequently with statistics of what's going on with this war out in the Middle East. It's unreal. It's unreal. How about some good news? Paramount Twin Cinema right here in the Granite City of Barrie, Vermont. We got Beetlejuice playing Saturday and Sunday matinees at 3:45. We have Lee. We have Joker, Wild Robot. Got a chance to see that last weekend with Lily and her friends. Loved it. Great story. Just a good storyline. But that's all at the Capitol Showplace, and then the Paramount Twin Cinema right here in Barrie. We have Joker and Wild Robot playing. Now, the weather is supposed to be great this weekend, but do keep this in mind that on rainy days, keep watch of fgbtheaters.com because when it's raining, especially on a weekend, they're often adding different showtimes for movies. But yeah, get out to the movies, recline back, grab a drink, enjoy the digital surround sound, Dolby digital surround sound. There's no fooling around with these theaters. Super high technology, and don't forget, we always post up the showtimes on Aired Out. I'm going to see if I can get him this morning. Drew Lamb. This is one of the busiest guys that I know. Central Vermont Cars and Coffee. You would think that this is a full-time job for this fella, but he actually has another full-time job, and how he is coordinating things on the weekends is beyond me, but he's doing it. You with us, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know how the hell you're doing this this schedule here, man. This is crazy. How are you working a full-time job and organizing these car shows?
I mean, honestly, it's not even about organizing. We've had it for 4 years now, the regular car shows, and everyone else is just looking to have a car show at their facility. So it's not like it's me running it personally. It's the business that wants it there. They're running it, and they're allowing us to promote it and allowing us to be part of it. So it's not like I don't have a ton of organization when it comes to not doing my regular shows, which is nice. But it just takes some dedication to it is all. It takes a lot of time, honestly.
Yeah, and then you have to rely on word getting out and folks getting their classics all buffed up and bring them out. And it's not just the classics either that you do. You basically invite anyone who's got a slick motorcycle or car or anything to retro camper.
Yeah, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be cool. It could be your daily driver. We don't really care. It's about just getting out and about and just letting people go outside their house and go do something local that doesn't cost them money.
That's right. AutoZone in Berlin, right, on Sunday?
Yep, this Sunday it's going to be the AutoZone in Berlin. They're going to do, I believe it's 11 to 1, not mistaken.
Yep. And
11 to 1.
Did I see something about music?
So there originally was going to be music. I don't think there is anymore just because the store manager over there had something going on that is pulling him away, and he was going to have speakers out, but unfortunately we won't have that this time just because he has some prior issues coming up and prior commitments he has to deal with. But anyone is welcome to bring a speaker as long as it's family appropriate. We don't care if you guys play music. I enjoy it. It gets the overall look and the feel just to be a little bit better. Everyone's happier if there's just something going on in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. What you do is so great. And then next weekend, we're going to be, you'll be over in your regular spot right next to Aspen Dental and KOB Kitchen and Bath right there in Berlin.
Yep. We'll be there next weekend. Biggest thing is that we also have our 20th, the 20th show in October for Stephen M. Tracy Memorial to help them fundraise for suicide awareness. It's a wicked good cause. It's a local cause, which is great for us.
And that'll be over at the Den in Williamstown, right?
Yeah, that'll be at the Den in Williamstown. It's a free event if you guys want to go to see the cars, if you guys want to go to the pool, have a beer. The biggest thing is that there's going to be a cornhole tournament being held by Johnny Racer, who does a lot of cornhole tournaments around here. We posted on our page about the URL to get a hold of so you can sign up for the cornhole tournament. I believe it's a $25 entry. I don't know if that's per team or individual, but all the funds go back to Stephen M. Tracy. It's like I said, it's suicide awareness. It's got an amazing story behind it. Unfortunately, it was a gentleman who took his own life, and the mother's wants to reach out and help as many as she can, and I applaud her for that. I don't know if I could do that, being on that side of things, but I applaud her for what she's doing, and I applaud her for all the effort she's putting in to help whoever she can. It's amazing. It's great to see. It's a great thing for us to be part of. And I'm happy to be part of it as not just myself, but as Central Vermont Cars and Coffee. It's a huge thing for us to have and be able to do and help people locally.
We're big fans of Brandy Tracy and her organization, the Stephen Tracy. Everything about it is, I got the sticker on the back of my car. Make a donation, buy a shirt, support that organization. Brandy's message is so impactful and profound, and we love her. That event is scheduled for the 20th.
Yep.
And then
20th, we'll be holding a car show from 1 to 3 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure the cornhole tournament proceeds after that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact time on the cornhole tournament quite yet.
Okay. And then slated for the 25th, you guys are going to be over at Preston's Kia for Trunk or Treat. That's going to be massive.
Yeah, we're looking to have maybe 10 cars. I'm looking to talk to Stephen Warwick about having a few, maybe 5 classics, maybe 5 of our regular Cars and Coffee people showing up. Nothing huge for our side of things, but it's, again, they invited us. They want us to be involved, which is just going to help us overall in the community base. That's what our initial thoughts were, was to help the community, and I think that's going to be a really big impact on us. I think it's going to help us, even though there won't be many of us. It's the fact that we're reaching out and doing more things now.
That's exactly it. Courier Park right after that on the 26th, right, for Trunk or Treat?
Yeah, Courier Park on the 26th for Trunk or Treat. We'll be having a sign-up sheet at our regular show on the 13th, because they need to have a head count for that one, so they don't have enough parking spaces. So when I go to sign us up for that at Central Vermont Cars and Coffee, I do need a head count. So that'll be a sign-up form where I would need you to come down, sign the paper, and just make sure we have a name and phone number in case something was to cancel or something was to move. We can get a hold of you in any sort of way, shape, or form.
And that one's in the afternoon from 3 to 6.
Yes.
And then you're going to close out the month of October with your final one over at the Formula Nissan Trunk or Treat on the 29th.
Yep, so that one will be a brand new one to Formula Nissan. Jack Castaneda and Charlie Castaneda down here, they opened up and said, hey, we want to do another car show, or we'd like to do a car show. They heard about the Preston's Kia one. I told them about Preston's Kia as well, and they said, well, we're not trying to take it away from anybody else, but, what if we try it? And honestly, it's not going to hurt anybody. We get one more last show of the year before snow flies to have cars out, get to see people, hang out with people, get to see kiddos in their costumes. It'll be a great time overall.
Yeah.
They plan on moving a lot so we can have a little bit of room. I know they have a lot of new cars out, but they want to be able to help us and give us enough space to do what we need to. And we honestly can't wait to do something like that as well. That'll be more of a Central Vermont Cars and Coffee held show, because it'll be us promoting it, us doing it, just in the Formula Nissan name is all, which is good to see. It's good to see, and I can't wait to do more of them, honestly.
Easy to learn more about what you do. Just basically get on the Facebook page. Central Vermont Cars and Coffee is a quick and easy way to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you get to see a lot of photos of these car shows if you're not able to make it. I saw a beautiful car yesterday. I posted up. I don't know if you saw that turquoise Chevy Impala. My God.
I did. The biggest thing is that we have not necessarily like our own dedicated photographer, but we have a Camilla who does chromes and clicks.
Yeah.
She does amazing photos for us. She puts her heart and soul into these things. She also did the benefit ride for the suicide awareness for 802 Hooligans. She did amazing photos. The photos are amazing. You couldn't ask for better quality than what we've got out of those.
Yeah.
And just the shows that we've had in general, she does amazing on.
Yes,
we
she
appreciate
does.
all her time and effort.
I was glancing through the 802 Hooligans page and looking at those pictures, was blown away. The weather was perfect for it. Everything.
Oh, you couldn't ask for a better day to drive on bikes, and
yeah.
Luckily, we didn't have really many Central Vermont Cars and Coffee people involved, which is fine. I was involved with a few others, so we were able to run blockades for the bikes, so we didn't get interrupted at intersections, so that was good. But nothing really involved with Central Vermont Cars and Coffee, but just being part of them, it was just a good ride. You get to go through the turns and everything through Vermont and just have a good little ride for an hour or so. It was a great time.
Well, listen, man, one of these days we're going to have to get you in the studio, but we love partnering up with you. We love promoting what you're doing, Drew. Central Vermont Cars and Coffee, Drew Lamb. Thanks, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a great day, JD.
Yeah, brother. Over and out, man. What a great guy. He's doing great stuff here in Central Vermont for auto enthusiasts and the kids too. I mean, they love coming out and seeing these old cars. Let's dive a little deeper into the community calendar this morning, brought to you by The World, Central Vermont's favorite weekly newspaper, reaching over 22,000 readers every single month. VT-world.com is the digital online version, which is pretty good too. But I mean, grab a copy, flip through the pages. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, pages 12 through 14 in this week's World for that section, which is really great. Got a chance to really have a good look at that the other day. But money-saving coupons, we got there's a full page of professional services for all of your home and auto needs. Pick up a free copy today of The World. Being that it is Friday, and I saw this in The World, UVM women's basketball open practice is tonight at the auditorium at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. So you can come out and watch that. Bring the family if they want to see the women's basketball team from UVM practicing. Jumping ahead to Saturday, November 23rd, speaking of basketball and the auditorium, men's basketball at the Aud Norwich and Northern Vermont University at 1 p.m. Coyotes. Oh, hell yeah, are we going to be talking a lot about them, especially on October 14th. Make sure you're tuned in that morning here on Aired Out, because we're going to be talking about Central Vermont's professional basketball team that's coming to the auditorium. Man, I've been hoping and praying ever since we lost the Frosties that we would have another team, and we're gonna. And we've got some great stuff that we're going to be bringing to the microphones here regarding that. Central Vermont Humane Society Fur Fest, with the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce, of course, supporting them and pushing them, and this event so well is this Saturday at the Vermont Granite Museum from 5:30 until 8. There's a live auction and a silent auction. All proceeds going to be going to where the proceeds should go, for shelter animals, and to make sure that not only are they rescued, but also well taken care of before they find their future forever home. So kudos to the Central Vermont Humane Society. Fur Fest is this weekend, Saturday. Also, I'm just glancing here. Want to make sure that you get your tickets for the first annual Community Harvest Chicken Pie Lunch fundraiser over at the Barry Area Senior Center is where all the proceeds are going to go. But chicken and biscuits and squash and potatoes and, oh, my God. Here's the phone number to reserve your ticket, 479-9512. 479-9512. This community calendar is so jam-packed with stuff. 40th Annual Aware Fall Foliage Craft Fair is Saturday at Hardwick Elementary School. It's from 9 till 3. Over 40 vendors are going to be there, everything that you could possibly imagine. Door prices, lunch, free admission to get in, yes. John Sell was on the air just the other day talking about what's going on over at Kreitzberg Arena on Sunday. Norwich University men and women's hockey teams are going to be there doing a little scrimmage with the Central Vermont Pioneers sled hockey team. Again, it's this coming Sunday at Kreitzberg Arena, absolutely free to get in. If you'd like to make a donation, they will be collecting that as well to help the team. Looking ahead, Thursday the 10th, the United Church in Williamstown has that chicken pie supper at 5 o'clock. Also got word about the contra dance at the Tunbridge Town Hall on Route 110 right there in Tunbridge on Friday, October 11th from 7 to 10. All dances are taught. Everything is, free refreshments at intermission. And, all sponsored by the Ed Larkin Dancers. Let's see, what else? October 9th, open mic at the Den with Donna Thunder. Proceeds going to be going to the Wounded Warrior Project. So come on out. Always a good time over there, especially when Donna Thunder is in the house. We have the Fish and Game Club with their sight-in day this Saturday, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, from 9 to 3 at Gun Club Road in Berlin, right there at the Fish and Game Club. It is free from 9 to 3. Get your firearm over there and get it sighted in, all right? They do this one time only, and it's from 9 till 3. Looking ahead, what other items? I don't know, bouncing around all over the place here. Malloween, of course, at the Central Vermont Marketplace on the 25th from 4 to 6. Also, the 4th annual Trunk or Treat at Preston's Kia. Absolutely cannot believe that this is going to be the 4th. It's massive. From 4 to 6. Same day and same time. But food and fun and a costume contest, great prizes. The kids are going to love it. They're going to leave with a boatload of candy. And if you would like to get over there with your car, pop open the trunk, decorate, get in costume, have some fun, hand out some candy to the kids, there's plenty of room for you. They move a lot of the cars away off the lot there to make room for those of you that are participating. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be just great. And I'm going to be running around that day between the both. Malloween over at the Central Vermont Marketplace and Preston's Kia. It's going to be very busy. Also on the 25th, and you've seen this all over the Aired Out page, Carving for K Santamore. This is the orange and white poster that you're seeing on the Aired Out page. Basically, when we lost Kay Santamore, some of her friends, Ruth Weeks among them, got together and said, hey, Kay always wanted to have a jack-o'-lantern show, so we're going to ask the community to either carve or paint a pumpkin and bring it to 21 Rudd Farm Road in Barrie with your name on the bottom of the pumpkin, either painted or carved. Get involved. Get the kids involved with this. Bring a tea light or some kind of battery light and get it delivered over to 21 Rudd Farm Road on the 25th. And they're going to be displaying all of those pumpkins right there in the front yard. If you need more info, Ruth Weeks, 272-2587. 272-2587. There's another thing that you can see in the world, too. The Kitts Miller Memorial Coat Drive distribution is going to be the next day, Saturday the 26th, Community National Bank in Barrie from 9 till 2. All right, they've been collecting coats all along, but this is distribution day. Again, Community National Bank here in the Granite City from 9 to 2 on the 26th. And also over at Montpelier City Hall, same day, 26th, but that one is a little bit longer. It's from 9 till 2. 9 till 2 a Community National Bank in Barrie is from 9 till noon, 12 noon, all right? Let's see what else is happening. We got the 10th annual Granite City 5K Run and Walk for Veterans that's coming up on Saturday, November 2nd. That'll be here soon, believe it or not. Sons of the American Legion, Squadron 10, and the Barrie Elks Lodge 1535 are the ones that are doing that. And they do a great job. I'm just glancing here, double checking. Again, if you have, a way of clicking on your events, the events that you're interested in or events that you're going to, just have a look, glance around. There's a lot of great stuff going on in our community. Let's see. Sports, we got the Division Series beginning tomorrow. Playoff bracket is posted up. Of course, Talladega on Sunday, NASCAR. Thursday night football last night, I admit I was not paying attention. I think the Ravens won, if I'm not mistaken, beat the Buccaneers. Was it a close game? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? It was a close game, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 44 to 42 or something like that. But it was a great game last night from what I've heard, but I wasn't able to watch. What's whacked this morning? Well, there's always something that's kind of weird and unusual that gets my attention. The brackets have been revealed for this year's Fat Bear Week contest. Did I say Fat Bear Week? I did. A little bit of a delay after a grizzly attack. And I'm not joking, the video is posted up, but you can vote for your favorite bear through October 8th. The bracket for 2024's Fat Bear Week contest was revealed Tuesday night. What in the hell is JD talking about right now? It's Fat Bear Week. I'm going to give you the website here and tell you how you can do this. But basically, you pick your favorite fat bear, and they're usually grizzlies who are fattening up for hibernation. Alaska's Katami National Park and Preserve is where they have these bears. But two of the contestants had a big fight, bear-on-bear attack, and one of them perished in the bear fight, so that one's been eliminated from the I'm not kidding. This has become kind of a bona fide fall ritual. Fat Bear Contest started on Wednesday, so it's observing its 10th anniversary, by the way, this year. So, members of the public, if you want to get in on this, you've got through October 8th. The winner is slated to be announced that evening. The first matchup is bear number 519, which is they call it a sub-adult female. Brown, fat grizzly. She does not look particularly friendly. Anyone who has ever joined a March Madness pool bracket for the NCAA basketball tournament is probably going to be familiar with the contest's bracket style competition, but that's basically it. Single elimination format. The bear collecting the most votes advances to the next round. So if you want to vote for your favorite bear and have fun with it, get the kids on this. Get on fatbearweek.org. Fatbearweek.org. 1.4 million votes were cast in 100 countries in 2023. So, yeah, have some fun with it. Fatbearweek.org. Garth Brooks, checking the music news, apparently has been accused of sexual assault and battery in a lawsuit from a Jane Rowe, R-O-E, Jane Rowe, who says she worked as a hairstylist and makeup artist for Garth, filed a complaint in California in the courts yesterday, and alleges that all of the incidents that she outlined took place in 2019, and even says that she was once raped by Garth Brooks during a work trip. Of course, Garth has vehemently denied all of this. Well, I shouldn't say of course, but he has. The rest of his team is staying quiet so far. I don't know. It was kind of, I mean, we all know Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks, and I don't know. Are you surprised? Always took Garth Brooks as a real family man, wholesome individual, but we never know. We are a month and a half away, ladies and gentlemen, from Thanksgiving, and Mariah Carey is already all over the news again. There is so much hype for the incoming All I Want for Christmas Is You song from Mariah Carey, and why this is in the news and making headlines. Mariah Carey says a few words of like, hey, everybody, let's not jump the gun here. I just, okay. It every year that song gets earlier and earlier and earlier. Who's going to be the first radio station in the country to play Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You? And who gives a good damn who the first radio station is that plays that? Is this really the kind of stuff that we should be thinking about, betting on? Go to fatbearweek.org. Bet on that. Yeah. Listen, it is Friday. I think most of us know that by now. Have a fantastic weekend. Bobby. Just getting the note here from Bobby Bartlett. Oh, yeah. We're giving away pumpkins to kiddos, one per child. Parents, please bring the kiddos to a State Farm in Barrie. Well, of course, we know where that is, on South Main Street. Bring the kiddos to State Farm Insurance. How much? Free. Thanks, Bobby, for grabbing those pumpkins. And just for being such a kick-ass guy in our community. I mean, that's plain and simple. Yeah, Stacy saying all I want for Christmas is not to be heard for 2 more months. Well, that's not going to happen, but I agree with you, buddy. Get out this weekend and listen, just be safe. Don't risk your life or someone else's this weekend. If you plan to drink, don't drive, please, okay? Thanks for liking and following the page, for following the podcast, for dropping a comment, a share. We're always live. We're always local. Never edited. Real, raw, relevant, relatable. And we love you. Thanks to all of our sponsors that support us here at Aired Out. Appreciate you and love you.